So, hello guys. Good morning or good afternoon to some of you, depending on where you are. Um, but yeah, it's Monday, start of the week, another webinar. Today we're going to be having a webinar for our partners, existing partners, some potential partners who are looking to discuss partnership opportunities with us as well. So, without further ado, let's get in here. So glad to have you all here. So my name is Stan from Cleverence, and today I'm going to show you a very practical way to increase your revenue from the clients you already have. Okay. So most of you sell or implement hardware, ERP, or IT services, but many of your clients still lack a proper automation layer between the ERP or backend system and what's actually happening in the warehouse floor, or any kind of production floor, any kind of facility, really. That's exactly where Cleverance fits in. We'll look at how this works, how easy it is to deploy, and how you can start offering it immediately after this session. All right, so let's go. About me, a quick intro. All right, I've spent over 10 years helping companies digitize their warehouse and inventory operations, from small trading firms to multi-site manufacturers. I started in Canada doing that stuff. Now I'm in Dubai. Helping companies in Dubai now with Cleverence. So at Cleverence, I work with both end clients and partners, helping them translate real-world pain points into working mobile workflows. That experience taught me something that most businesses already have an ERP or some sort of kind of software for the backend, but their actual operations are still paper-based or Excel-driven. So they're kind of halfway digital, essentially. So in that gap between the ERP and the real life execution is where Cleverence was built to close. All right. So, I should have probably switched the slide. My apologies for that. Let's let that be there for maybe like 5 seconds and we'll go next. But yeah, while we'll have that slide up there, let's go through the actual plan for today. So we'll be aiming for about an hour. The plan for our webinar is essentially to introduce you to what Cleverence is. I know some of you guys already know who we are, you're already working with us, but some of you might not have as much information, so we'll cover that in today's session. We'll be covering our product range, so Cleverence inventory, store ops, factory ops, and more. So a fleet of our applications for different industries. We'll be taking a look at how the software works behind the scenes. Obviously not, the very in-depth technical overview, but, covering some of the basic things, for kind of more clarity and for our information. So we know exactly how everything works with Cleverence. Also, we'll be going over how you can monetize our solution with your current clients. First steps to start selling our solution, and we'll end with real life case studies, partners and customers who have already done our project implementation successfully, working with Cleverence, working with us. So this isn't a theory. Everything you'll see is live, proven, and currently running in 30 countries. So now, what is Cleverence? Cleverence is a mobile-first, low-code platform for business process automation. So think of it as the bridge between your client's ERP or any kind of accounting or backend system and their actual physical operations. So we provide ready-made modules that handle, most of the operations, like receiving and shipping, transfers, stock counts, barcode printing, RFID-based asset and tool tracking, and even delivery confirmation for e-commerce. So a lot of different things. All of our applications run on Android devices, Android OS or Windows OS. So like tablets, rugged scanners, all of those kind of hardware. Works online and offline. So even if a warehouse has no Wi-Fi or there's some, bad connectivity spots, data syncs automatically when they reconnect. So really great as well. Um, you can see the main pillars on the slide there. You should. Yeah, I'm on the correct slide. Perfect. So mobile and connected devices, we turn those scanners into intelligent terminals with our application on there. You know, all the magic happens essentially. Barcode and RFID for instant data capture. We do have already real-time ERP integrations already available. So SAP, Odoo, QuickBooks, Microsoft Dynamics, Oracle, NetSuite. A lot of integrations already made. So you can imagine the implementation times are going to be very, very quick. Now, we have also customizable workflows, so partners can tailor screens and logic without much coding. So we want to tailor the solution specifically to what the client is looking for. So in short, we make ERPs actually usable for warehouse and shop floor teams. So essentially, that's that. Now, let's go to the next slide. Our footprint. So we're not a new player in this. Cleverence has been in the market for 2 decades. We operate in over 30 countries. We have over 300,000 active business users and more than 400,000 workplaces optimized. Sorry, it's Monday. A little bit tongue-tied today. So our software runs everywhere from Dubai to European manufacturers, African distributors, and even retail chains in Latin America. So we have a big reach, and we want to expand even further with new partners and new collaborations. So to you as a partner, that scale that we have gives you confidence that a product is stable, well supported, and proven under very different infrastructures. We have many different use cases, pretty much to all different industries that you can think of. Let's go to the product lineup that we have. Let's break it down. Okay. So we have Cleverence Inventory. That's our flagship. It essentially that is for warehouse operations. So we are automating receiving, picking, packing, transfers, and stock counts. All the operations are essentially validated and guided in the warehouse setting. Now, if we're talking about the actual platform, probably should have started with that. My apologies. But the Cleverence platform itself, it's a low-code core. So every module that I'm talking about here is essentially built on that platform. Okay, and that's how we can easily customize all the operations, add custom ops, things like that. Let's go to the next one, store ops. Okay, that one is made for retail automation, so price checks, shelf label updates, inventory, and restocking. Right. Then we have factory ops. That's for manufacturers, tracking semi-finished goods or raw materials flow between departments. So again, the whole workflow is done through with our application. So all the operations are inside there. Now, delivery ops. Mobile app for delivery confirmation, route management, and real-time proof of delivery. Really great for couriers, things like that. Assets ops. No, it's just called assets now. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of changes in the names of some of our applications. So yeah. So Cleverence Assets automates audits of office and industrial assets with barcodes or RFID, used in a lot of different industries for assets management and tracking company assets. So they all of the applications share the same interface, same logic. Well, obviously, we can customize the colors of it, the UI. That's a different topic, but we're talking about just the actual interface, the way it looks like, the logic behind the scenes and stuff. So partners only learn it once and then can deploy across many verticals. That's where the scalability comes in. So we want to teach our partners to be able to fully customize our application, use it, our solution, all of our solution, fully use them, customize them, and implement them on your own to your clients. Because we are confident that our solution is very simple, and you will be able to fully take it upon yourself and pitch that to your clients with the existing services that you're already providing. Now let's go here. Here we're talking about Cleverence Inventory for the warehouse. So here's what's happening on the device. As you can see, the interface on. Am I on the correct slide? Yeah. you can see the interface of the application on the mobile handheld there. So on the device, as you see there, the clean interface includes receiving, picking, shipping, stock taking, transfers, barcode printing, those basic, most common operations in the warehouse environment. So they scan items, the workers, confirm quantities, and the system validates everything against ERP backend data. We also have FIFO, LIFO inventory rules. The logic is done in the background, it's built in. So expiry or batch tracking happens automatically. Customization is the magic here. Let's say your client wants to add a new field, batch ID, pallet number, or operator signature. You can do that right in the configurator without coding. So there's a lot of these settings that are accessible right from the device. That's why we try to position ourselves as a mobile first solution. So that's what makes Cleverence unique compared to lockdown WMS systems or expensive custom builds. And we'll compare some other things as well as we move along. Let's go here. So this is the next slide. So this slide is self-explanatory, but pretty powerful. So we've got 3 columns here. Let me break this down. We have manual input, ERP modules, and custom development versus Cleverence. And let's dive into this. So manual process, of course, waste time and introduce human errors. We all know that. There's a lot of other issues that, gets risen from that, but those are the most common ones. ERP modules usually have limited mobile support or outdated UX or UI. And custom development is very costly and takes months to deliver. So this is obviously self-explanatory, but let's compare it to how we do it in contrary. So Cleverence combines the best of all 3. So it is flexible as custom development without the actual cost of that, right? It's integrated as an ERP module. So we connect to your backend system. So we're not disrupting your workflows that you're used to. We're just automating the ones that you do manually, or it's just lacking that amount of validation and accuracy. So we're that middleware layer between the ERP system and the actual floor. And as easy to start as an Excel. Literally install and go. So you can we have a standalone solution as well where you can just test it out even today and see how the exchange is happening, how the workflows are done, and so you can be sure that our system is the only one to go to for inventory management solutions. And this is why partners can deliver in days instead of months, and customers see ROI within the first quarter. Very, very great results because of the simplicity and the speed of implementation times. All right, so the partner model that we want to go with, that's what we've been doing, and this is the most that we're looking for, but we're obviously open for any kind of discussions, but this is what we do today. So we sell through partner channels. We don't compete with you in any way. We want to sell through you. So today we work with more than 2,400 partners globally, and our structure is very simple. Partners own their client relationships. So you're working with the clients fully. We just provide you with our software as an add-on to the services that you're already providing. Whether you're implementing or integrating an ERP system, dealing with some other supply chain audits, anything like that. Whatever you're doing, Cleverence is just there to step in and automate the warehouse operations where they're done manually for most cases. Cleverence provides product, tech, and pre-sales support. So we help you out with everything, whatever you need in regards from our side, in regards to our software, we'll help you out, provide you training, any kind of support, marketing materials, all of that. Our project office handles international coordination, licensing, and integration help as well. So just like I mentioned, any kind of help that you need from us, we'll be more than happy to provide you with that information or any kind of resources. And statistically, partners who commit to the program hit around 50K in software sales in their second year, not counting hardware. So this is just software and services. So it's a long-term revenue channel, not just a one-off transaction. We want to have a continued relationships with our partners. So some of the advantages. There are 4 core reasons our partners stick with us. Let's say it like that. 0 entry threshold. So you can start promoting Cleverence today. No legal hoops. Demo, sell, then formalize when you're ready. It's literally as simple as that. Just like I mentioned, we set you up with everything that you need. You can have your own instance of the application. You can start testing it out today. You can pitch it to your clients tomorrow. We set up the project within a week. It's very straightforward. We don't have a lot of bureaucracy or things like that. Hold on one moment. For some reason, my account got signed out. Apologies. 1 second. All right, we're back. So sorry about that. I'm not sure why. It seems that Google wants to sign out of my account every time I'm doing a webinar or anything important. Hopefully somebody from Google is watching this. That'd be great. Anyways, where were we? I believe, yeah, we were right here. Perfect. So I was just talking about how easy it is to start selling Cleverence essentially, and the benefits are instant for you as our partner. Now, in regards to the product itself, it's a configurable product, as we discussed, right? It's a low-code environment that lets you adjust screens and workflows for every client's needs. So obviously we can connect and have a much deeper discussion about this, but just to give you like a base understanding, it's a very customizable platform, very easy to customize it to the client's needs. And, obviously that gives you a way faster rollouts, but anyways. So yeah, it's really great when you're dealing with messy business processes. So, it's when you can easily customize it to specifically fit that process, makes it a great product. Now, we're also very hardware agnostic. So we work on Zebra, Honeywell, Chainway, Point Mobile, even regular Android smartphones. Pretty much all devices that run on Android or Windows OS, most likely our applications will work with those devices out of the box. Obviously, give us a call just to make sure before you purchase your hardware. Want to make sure that our application works on it, but 99% can be sure that if it works on, if it runs on Android or Windows, it will work. But yeah, we're also partnered with Zebra, Honeywell, and some other big hardware manufacturers. So if you want to purchase your own hardware, or you want your client to purchase their own hardware, they can do that. If they want to do it through us, we can provide a one-stop solution for them as well, and provide them with the hardware through our partners also. So just depending on how they want to do it. But the point of where I'm getting with this is that our application works on most of the hardware manufacturers, so you don't have to stress about purchasing hardware only from us, for example. So you're not hard stuck in any way like that. Now, what else did I want to mention here? Training and support. That's very important. You'll have a dedicated partnership manager, pre-sales engineer, and access to our Academy videos and YouTube library. The YouTube is already open, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll have some additional videos that are not publicly open there. But we also have some of our marketing materials, some other things that we can share with you. Obviously, anything that you need, as I already mentioned, we will try to help you out just to, pitch our solution to your end clients. So whatever the question might be, whatever you might need from us, we'll try to help you out, of course. So even if you're new to software, you can still confidently demo and deliver. So very straightforward. It's very, very easy. And we'll spend all the time that we need to teach you on how to use our platform. And as I mentioned, if you're an IT professional, how to customize it, how to use it, all that stuff. And we do all of that obviously for free. So let us know if you are thinking of expanding and growing your margin on the services that I mentioned earlier. Please go ahead and contact us, because we'll make it happen, make it worth your while. Now let's go to the next one. Profitability model. So here's the math. Let's say you sell 5 rugged handhelds at $750 each, $750 each. With just hardware, you make maybe $100 to $300 total in margin. Now at Cleverence, each device gets a license, let's say $1,500 per device, and you keep roughly 10% partner margin. And that's only like one of our 3 margin tiers, so that's the least tier, essentially, 10%. So there's, just so you understand, so you get all the potential that you might have here. So even in this case, when we're talking about just 10%, that's an extra $850 to around $1,000 profit with only a few extra hours of effort. Think about that. So you're not reinventing your business, you're just monetizing your existing clients more efficiently. That's why we say 3-fold increase in sales with just 5% more work. Okay? So that's it. Yeah, it's a great solution that we would love to explore collaborations on. So now, how do we identify the easy to sell clients for Cleverence? When prospecting, segment your client list by readiness. We have 3 of them. Let me explain how these work. So, ready to upgrade now. So these are companies that are using Excel files, any kind of working with paper-based work orders, essentially, outdated ERP modules, those kind of clients. They're losing visibility, wasting man hours, and are open to a fix. Well, if they understand that they have a pain point, at least. That's also very important. The client needs to understand that they have an issue as well. But either way, so those are the key clients, I would say. So the ones that are using ERP systems, but are the actual inventory operations, they're done manually or via Excel files, which is similar, but you get the point. Essentially, we have a lot of potential for human errors when we're doing anything manually. Now, the second client is the one that plans to upgrade. So they already have barcode gear or some kind of automation, but it's underused. So we want to educate those, stay close, and they usually convert within a year or so. And the ones that we don't feel like a priority right now is that's somebody like a mid ERP migration or focusing on other big projects. We can park those guys for later, because we've seen a lot of those clients. They do come back, 3-5 years after we have our discussion. But it's not ideal client, right? Right now. So that's it. To kind of reiterate it a little bit. So the best clients for us right now, and for you as our partner, right, to identify, is companies that are using Excel files, any kind of work orders being printed out from the ERP systems. The actual inventory operations are done manually. Best. A couple of months, half a year could be a great close. The guys that are planning to upgrade, great. Need to spend our time with them, educate them. They are most likely going to be coming back within a year. And as I mentioned, the ones that are in the middle of ERP migration, that are not quite sure what their pain points are, those we can park them for quite a bit. So, of course, the sweet spot is the first group. So those close usually within 3 to 6 months, as I mentioned. How do we do it? Identify the pain point, show the mobile workflows, educate them on the licensing. That's it. That's the playbook. It's very straightforward. And that's that. Get them done. Now, how do we start selling Cleverence? So getting started is extremely easy. We self-educate, so watch our videos, try the demo, explore the docs. Let us know maybe you need something else. You want to have your own instance. You want to test it out. You know, we can prepare a lot of things. Just communicate with us. Let us know what you're thinking. If you have even a thought of a potential client that might need our solution, let us know of that. Maybe we can, communicate with you and give you another way to look at a certain problem where our solution might fit right in for that client. So yeah, communication is the key. Now, step 2, essentially, after we understand what we're doing, approach the customers. Start with those already buying the hardware or asking about barcode solutions. Those are really, really great, very simple. Now, then we join a pre-sale. Involve us, as I mentioned. The more information that we have, the better it is for us to tailor that specific solution for that client and make sure that he wants to, well, in that case, stay with you since they're your client in that case. So we want to involve us, as I mentioned. We can jump on a call and even do a demo. That's also another great thing. So when we understand what the client needs, we can, do like a pre-sale demo, things like that. Just let us know what the client needs. And after that, the profit. You earn both on the software license and any related hardware. So we essentially, split that as well. But as we have a more deeper discussion, again, as I mentioned, contact us. Let's discuss all the possible partnerships, and from there we can understand and have a fixed agreement on how we split the margins there as well. So there's a couple of ways that we deal with the partners, but the main ones, just to kind of for simplicity for today's webinar, the two different engagement models that we have is essentially you bring the client and we deliver with you, okay? Or you deliver yourself with full support from our team. So those are essentially two ways of how we're doing things. Either way you're doing it, doesn't matter. You'll have our backup and from our engineers, so it's up to you. Again, we're trying to be, as you can see, very flexible as possible, even when working with our partners as well. So whichever option makes more sense for you, as you know, the projects go client by client. They always differ. So if for some reason you're thinking there's another way that you'd like us to work with that specific client, again, let us know. We can explore all possible options. Now, I do have quick case studies here. Now, this one is APMG, based in Dubai. This is a real example from there. APMG is a major auto parts 3PL distributor, and they were struggling with slow picking and a messy warehouse layout. To give you a better understanding of the volumes, they have over 100,000 SKUs, and they relied on paper and Excel, if I'm not mistaken. They had a very heavily customized ERP system, if I'm not mistaken, and essentially they were doing everything manually, chaotic storage, a lot of issues with picking especially. Also they have a very huge warehouse. I think it's over 10,000 square meters, if I recall correctly. And so you can imagine the amount of work that needed to be done there, and we're able to provide them with the proper solution, exactly the way they saw it in their workflows. So we rolled out Cleverence with Zebra handheld devices. They digitized at APMG receiving, transfers, and order picking, and as well as other operations. The results: 4-time inventory turnover, much quicker. They have gotten a lot of usable space back because of the rearrangements of warehouse space. Was very important as well, because we implemented address storage. All the locations in the warehouses are now labeled. Our system knows exactly where everything is. we have achieved the 99% accuracy. So there's no more errors. All the errors are practically have been eliminated. And with them specifically, we have over 17 mobile devices that are being used concurrently. So you can understand, how rugged, how rigid our system is, that it can support the use of so many devices simultaneously. So give you some idea there. So this is a straightforward hardware plus software project turned into a full digital transformation. That's what you can replicate with your clients, essentially. Now, I do have a case study as well in a different industry. This is Blacksmith Coffee Company. So they roast and sell specialty coffee. Their production was manual, so they couldn't track batch flow between roasting, packaging, and delivery. We deployed our factory ops to digitize production steps. So every employee scanned items at each stage, no more paper sheets, and now everything is obviously validated and guided, right? So our software, our application will tell the worker that he needs to do this step, then step number 2, step number 3, you get the point. And so every employee scanned items at each stage, as I mentioned. So there's no more paper sheets. There's no more any kind of, paper rework that we need to do, any kind of traceability that is done manually. Completely went off from that. So outcome, the results, production efficiency skyrocketed, errors dropped, and they actually doubled their output without adding more workers. So again, really great results. And they're actually using QuickBooks Online. For those of you who know, it's just a simple accounting system. And even with that system, we're able to provide them with a very complex, comprehensive solution specifically to the way they saw their operations. But given the fact that their ERP backend system is lacking a lot of features that they were looking for, so we were able to do them on our side. So also keep that in mind. And yeah, QuickBooks Online were already integrated with that, as I think I went over. Yeah, a lot of ERP systems were already fully integrated with. So again, almost a plug and play solution already available for your clients to be working with right away. Now, let's go to the next one. Where are we here? There we go. So, partner revenue growth and summary. Let's summarize. Partner with Cleverence means you're selling solutions that every B2B client needs. Okay? Everybody has the need for inventory control, asset tracking, factory visibility, obviously depending on the inventory, on the industry. But you get the point. Our solutions are pretty much needed by every B2B client. You, as our partner, will be backed by 20 years of proven field experience and just overall expertise. Okay? As I mentioned, we have a lot of clients in a lot of different industries. We can show you how many different clients we have and their already successful use cases that you can quickly and easily implement into your existing client base starting tomorrow, So you tap into a partner ecosystem that's already delivering results worldwide, just to kind of expand more on what I was just saying. That's it. So as you see in the graph, the partner revenue grows exponentially after the first year because every implementation leads to follow-up projects, upgrades, and repeat license sales. So that's that. The next step, contact me. So if you'd like to discuss partnerships or try a demo environment, as I mentioned, reach out to me directly. The contacts are on the screen. Use those. I'm available either by email or WhatsApp. Doesn't really matter. I stay pretty active on both. So you can contact us and explore the possibilities of partnering with us. Would love to hear from you. And as I mentioned, we can pretty much adapt to pretty much all the industries, every client. We can provide a solution based on our Cleverence platform, where we can do everything essentially. But yeah, what else did I want to say at the end here? That's it. Yeah. So when we start working together, we'll guide you through, the registration. We'll provide the demo licenses, help you land your first project fast. Let's just start and begin any kind of conversations in that regard. Let's explore Cleverance together. So, thanks everyone for joining. Looking forward to seeing some of you on board and making Cleverance a new revenue channel in your business. All right. It was my pleasure speaking with you guys today. Hopefully gave you some understanding, some better clarity on what we do, where we align and how we work with our partners. And till next time. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you joining in. And yeah, till next time. Bye-bye.